Hello, friend. Welcome back to my channel again. Today we will be talking about weight and synchronization into the Playwright. Okay, and our goal will be to reduce the Flaky test. Okay, so what is Flaky test? We will also discuss into this module. Okay, and we will discuss what is auto weight concept, what is wait for selector method, how it is going to use into the Playwright, wait for load state method, and what is static wait and what is the wait for method. We'll also discuss the difference between wait for selector and wait for method. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, what is Flaky test? So Flaky test is like when the same test case is getting passed sometime and sometime it is getting failed because of loading of element. It's called Flaky test. Means same test case sometime gets passed. Why it is getting passed? Because element was loaded in that round and it got passed. And why it got failed? Because the element was not loaded. Because of that, playwright was not able to perform action onto that. And with this decision, it got failed. So this is called Flaky test. Into the playwright, because of automatic wait, there are less flaky tests into the playwright. Okay, why and how playwright is reducing the flaky test? We can discuss how playwright reduce. Playwright under playwright, when we are writing any line of code for a locator, let's say I'm writing a code page.locator and then we are performing action like click, fill or anything. Okay, so what by with this line what playwright is doing? Playwright is waiting for loading of element into the DOM. It will also wait for element to be visible. It will wait for element to be enabled and it will wait for element to be stable. Then only it will perform action onto the element to reduce the flaky test. So this is how under playwright uh, flaky tests are getting reduced and we can rely on our test. Okay, so cool. So next topic is what is automatic waits. So like I have already told, under auto-wait concept, which is best playwright feature, when we are performing any action onto the locators. Let's say this is element, okay, this is element, and on this element, I want to perform the click action. This is a login button, and I want to perform the click onto the login button. So by this line only, you know what playwright will do? It will do the same. It will wait for button to load into the DOM. It will wait for visibility of button, wait for button to be enabled and button to be stable. Then only click action will be performed onto the login button. So this is automatic wait. Under automatic wait, just write the line and you don't need to write the wait. Okay, so this is how actions are getting performed into the playwright. But in some cases, because of network behavior, because of response received from the API, sometimes it is getting failed. Okay, so in that case also we can under playwright we have different ways to wait so that we can perform the action once the element is loaded, once the wait is completed, then only we can perform the action. So for those condition, we have the different ways to wait for the element. Okay, so the first way is that wait for selector. Okay, so wait for selector method is available on page object. Onto the page object, we can write the method that wait for selector. Under selector, give any locator, okay, for which you want it to wait. So it will wait, okay, and then you can perform click onto that action. Okay, so here playwright will first wait for login button and then login button to be visible into the DOM, then it will perform click. So you are intensely saying that just wait for this element and then perform click. Okay, so this is how we can use wait for selector method. Under wait for selector method, we have different state. Okay, we can also include states into the method. Okay, let's say in some time, in some cases when you are performing login button and then application is showing some spinner loading spinner to you, and you want to wait until the loading icon is getting completed, loading is getting completed, then only you want to perform click. Let's say that is your situation. So for that, what you can do, you can tell your playwright that page.wait for selector and give the loader the spinner locator, and then give it a state can be hidden. There are four stated into this method. Okay, so states are hidden, attached, visible, and detached. Okay, so when we will say attach means element is now available into the DOM. When we will give the state as visible, then element is now visible into the DOM. This is the state. Okay, hidden means element is got hide from the DOM, means loading icon. There was loading icon onto the application. We have used state as hidden and we have given the timeout. So this line will wait until loading gets completed. Okay, loading get hide, then it will perform. And it will wait until the loading get hide, then you can perform the next action. Okay, let's say you want to use detached means element got removed from the DOM. So here you can add the state as hidden detached, and it if you will say detached, that means element got removed from the DOM. That means loading is no more available in the DOM itself. Then you want to perform, then you can perform any action, and it will definitely perform the next line of action without any error. Okay, and here you can also give the second argument as timeout. Okay, let's say you want to tell that after logging button just wait for 30 seconds. If in this 30-second also this loader is not getting hide, then there is a problem with the application. You can raise the bug. So you can add the timeout argument also with this wait for selector method. This is option. Okay, these are option. State is option, timeout is option. These are option available into the wait for selector method. So this is how you can wait, and you can use wait for selector. Okay, so similar to this we have one more option available into the playwright, which is called wait for load state. So under load state, this is again available onto the page object. We can use the method with the page object, and we can give it different states can be load. If you are giving the value as load, that means page completely loads. Okay, if you are giving the value as DOM content loaded, that means DOM is now ready. Okay, and if you are giving value as network idle, that means network request get completed, and it will wait until that situation, and then you can perform the next line of action. So this way you can reduce the flaky test, and next line of execution will be completed without any error. Okay, and apart from that we have the third wait, which is called static wait. This is fixed wait into the playwright. Okay, and this is again available into the page object only, and method for the static wait is wait for timeout. Okay, and that a timeout whatever time you would give. Okay, and then it will wait for the same time. Let's say your test or your next line of element is available in 2 seconds only. Then on this line, 3 seconds will be wasted. Okay, and let's say your element is available after 5 seconds. Let's say your element next line of element is available on 6 seconds or 7 seconds. Then also your playwright will fail on the execution of next line, and this will be of no use. Okay, so avoid using static weights. Okay, and still, if you want to use in some cases for debugging and all, you can use it. Wait for timeout. Okay. Now the fourth method is wait for method. This is available with the element, not with the page. Okay, let's say you are writing your line that page.locator, and with the element you can use the method wait for. Under wait for also you can give all the kind of states which you have given for wait for selector method. All the states are also available into this wait for method. You can give all the state, you can give the timeout as well. Okay, like that. Just like you can write like that. Give a look constant, like sorry, write a element that page.locator and store it into a constant. And then with this constant, you can use wait for method, and state can be attached, and you can give the timeout similar to wait for selector method. Okay, so this is how we can use waits into the playwright. Okay, now difference between this wait for and wait for selector is only that this is available on page object, and the wait for method is available onto the element. Okay, in modern playwright we are mostly using wait for method instead of wait for selector method. So this is a modern approach, use the wait for method instead of wait for selector method. So okay, so this was all about weights and synchronization into the playwright. If you have any query, do comment, I'll reply to your all queries. Thanks for watching, stay tuned.